We all know how annoying it is when you're trying to sell an item in TF2 and someone joins the market and undercuts you. This happens to me on a daily basis as I have over 1,000 unusuals for sale, and a few of them are bound to have someone join the market and make it significantly harder for me to sell them. Imagine how much profit and time you're losing when you're not the only seller. Your potential buyer has more options to choose from and has leverage against you to be able to pay less due to higher supply and other sellers willing to go lower. And it can happen to anyone who is selling an item that is not one of one. At any point, someone else who owns the exact same item as you can ruin your chances of getting a profitable trade. But thankfully, TF2 trading is not a one-dimensional environment. There are many things in your control that will handsomely reward you with profit if you know what you're doing. Someone may undercut my listings by 1%, but there's still plenty of ways to ensure I get a profitable sale without compromising on profit. Imagine being so good at trading that you still make heaps of profit when stuff doesn't go your way. That being said, make sure to join the free Discord server with over 1,000 aspiring traders in the description to be able to ask for specific advice. So when it comes to market competition, here's how you can still sell your items without compromising on too much profit. Number 1. Avoid entering the market. This is a very simple tactic. If there's already too many sellers on a given market, just for the love of God, do not buy the deal. When a hat has too many sellers, what makes you think that you'll be the next one to be able to sell it if so many other people have already been struggling for likely months? For instance, I'm always getting asked if a certain deal is worth it or not by my school members, and it's a very common thing where they'll miss the point of there being too many sellers. In this case, there's 3 sellers, which means it's very hard to sell, and they limit your profit margin percentage. So similar to the best way to break an addiction is not starting the habit, do not start making profit on a disadvantaged item in terms of market conditions. This is one key thing to look for that instantly weaves out bad deals from good deals. Remember that there's always a better deal out there for you to buy, and if there's not, one will pop up sooner or later. Number 2. Market arbitrage. So the rest of the video will assume that you already own the item and someone is currently, or someone will potentially join the market, which makes it harder for you to sell your item, so you need to know how to react. The first thing I'd recommend is market arbitrage. Arbitrage simply means take advantage of the different prices on different marketplaces. This is a very good strategy for TF2 trading because you can negate competition by avoiding it. For example, if I'm selling an unusual on marketplace.tf and someone undercuts me, a strong move I can do is just list it on backpack.tf where there's no sellers. That way, I am not competing with anyone for the first sale. And don't worry if the other person on the other platform is cheaper. Just remember that in a practical setting, if you're the only seller on one platform, the buyers are tunnel visioned onto that one platform and don't see other places where an item may be potentially cheaper. They're not bothered to check, even if you think they do. And the sky is the limit for this tactic. You can switch between backpack.tf, marketplace.tf, manco.store, the Steam community market, scrap.tf auctions, and completely avoid competing against other sellers when it isn't favorable for you to sell on one particular platform. Number 3. Match. So if for some reason selling in a different market is not the best option, just simply match the person who joined the market. Sure, they could get the first sale, but if that's the case, that's still good for you if you think about it. When the other seller sells their item first, that gives you very strong evidence and a recent past sale to prove that the item can sell for the same price again. You just have to stay there for a little longer than they did. And that's the worst case scenario. The other best case scenario is just that you sell your item first, which is very nice when it happens, but if you think about it, it's 50-50. You either get the sale first, or if the other person gets the sale first, you'll get your sale later. The situation isn't as bad as it seems when you just match the other seller. For example, I'm selling a Burning Flame Starboard Crusader alongside another marketplace.tf seller. We are both listed at $649.99. Since we're matched, it's 50-50 whether mine sells first, and if mine sells first, that's great. If mine doesn't sell first, then the other seller has confirmed that $649.99 is a sellable price, and mine should sell soon. So simply matching other sellers actually works well when you're only competing against 1 to 2 other people on most items. Number 4. Undercut significantly. When it comes to undercutting, I consider it a tool similar to a hammer. A hammer is a tool that can be used to build something or destroy something. Same goes for undercutting. It can be used as a tool to make profit faster or collapse a market and screw everyone over. In order to undercut correctly, you have to undercut by a significant amount, which is at least 10%. Although your profit margin will be lowered significantly, you'll get back to pure fast and can buy another item in the meantime, rather than being stuck with an item that is hard to sell with another seller competing against you. So for example, I have a Circling Heart Soldier stash for $1,440. If someone undercutted me at $1,400, I have the option to undercut to $1,250. Mine will likely sell faster, then I can use the pure from that sale to buy other stuff, and it'll discourage the other seller from undercutting me back, in which I would just let them do that, and when their one sells, I just go back up to my normal price of $1,440. So remember to use undercutting in a strategic way, and it will help you make more profit. If you only undercut by 1%, the other sellers might undercut you by 1%, and this vicious cycle will end up in a downward spiral that collapses everyone's profit margin without the items being any easier to sell. Number 5. Discount for pure. Another good way to deal with other sellers is to indicate that you're open to negotiation and willing to discount for pure. Without having to change your listing price, this is an easy way for people to still offer you a reasonable amount for your items, and you successfully leave the market without sacrificing too much profit. As you can see in this case, both people are selling the exact same unusual for the same price, but one is open to selling for lower, which can help them get the first sale. Number 6. Quick sell. If you own an item that is just filled with so many sellers and it's limiting your potential to make profit, just quick sell your hat, hopefully without losing too much profit. It is so much better to get back to pure keys now so that you can buy an item that is actually good and will make you profit. For example, if you've been stuck with a Tesla coiled cranial Carcharodon because there's so many sellers, just quick sell it for, let's say, 38 keys. Those 38 keys will make you so much more profit in 3 months than being stuck with the Tesla coiled cranial Carcharodon for 3 months and maybe selling it for 40 keys instead. Dealing with competition can be annoying, but if you choose a good market to avoid it, or use the above mentioned tactics to negate it, you'll make so much more profit in TF2. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to check out the 2 links in the top of the description, which features my premium trading program and my free Discord server with over 1,000 members that will provide you with strong resources to assist you in trading. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications and leave a comment. I'll catch you next time. See ya!